I don't know if we can... We should be able to interact with the city as well. All the same, let's get this party started. What's up, Principal? The old schoolhouse must be preserved until the promised day arrives. I find it hard to believe that those words were no connection to these recent developments. Yeah, I agree. That seems pretty self-evident. Keeping it off limits should be fine. I mean, it is sort of a threat to us, since you're the one sending us in there, but granted, the issue does seem pretty localized to the inside of that basement. Since oddly, despite it being filled with fiends and monsters, none of them tend to leave as far as we can tell. Oh well. Oh, shiny. Spoke about the Lionheart medals here. Oh, yeah. This is an explanation of how to get all of the achievement medals. We should get all of them, as long as we remember to fill out some of the side quests and everything, but I'm doing my best. We'll hopefully be able to get all of them. Matter of a minute, we're just having the most charming conversation. Is it? Are they? Well, that's a cute perspective. How true is it, though? Is that so? It's a adorable perspective, I guess. Stop by every day. She didn't bring a disaster along. What? What do you mean? My paperwork scatters, cup of coffee, start aspiring towards the heavens. Try, I don't know, make her less dangerous? What do you want me to do about it? I guess she's clumsy. She did seem to get lost that one time, so perhaps she's a little bit airheaded. About the old schoolhouse myself. The monsters within pose little threat, so it's an ideal training ground for our students. So Neidhart is explained to be a military officer, so perhaps they're trying to imply here that he is quite strong, since obviously he's implying the monsters are weak, even though we've not had great struggles with them, but certainly they're not. They are somewhat dangerous. Contact us via the Arcus once you find yourselves in need. We never actually get to call the teachers for help, although that'd be an interesting mechanic if, like, something went wrong and you'd had to call one of the teachers in. The strange phenomena I keep hearing about are, but the old schoolhouse is no place for silliness. It's been established by the late Emperor Dreikels as a place of learning, not a place of idly frolic. If one class wants to investigate the building, why choose class 7? Well, I think we would probably be the best class to choose, since we're the ones testing out the new, like, military technology and everything. I mean, I could see how you would think that. Obviously, they might be the most reliable from his perspective. Interesting. Oh, well. Hi, Beatrix. Lovely sunset. Blessing we can enjoy peaceful days like this. It really is. Looks like she's lost in thought. Well, it's nice to always kind of step back and appreciate peace, right? Like, not everybody who's ever lived had that opportunity, or still does, so it's an interesting little vignette there. Instructor Sarah is in charge of your class's dorm. Yeah, we're aware. Maybe? I mean, dorms seem to be fine, so I guess it's not a big deal if she hasn't sent it, but I suspect she's supposed to. Upon the most delectable second year, he strode in gallantly with his maid at his side, fully aware that he was the most handsome man on campus. Vincent, I think his name was. Let's look that up. Who was that? His class. Yeah, Vincent. There he is. I try my best to remember as many of the cast's names, because there's not actually that many characters. I think there's like probably less than 100, but they all have names and like all have little side stories building up. So it's interesting to think that Margarita is eyeing Vincent, who has certainly had some troubles finding women so far. Everyone's busy with clubs starting up. I mean, haven't they been going on for a while? I guess we're still pretty early on in the year. It's about time for the students to start arguing. If you find yourself in some argument, feel free to stop by and let us some steam. I'm happy to listen. Oh, that's really thoughtful, Janitor. Glenn? I don't know why they list him as Janitor Geiler. Glenn. Why did I say Glenn? Geiler. Okay, so we're going to stick to your first name from now on, Geiler. Yeah, that's really thoughtful of him. He's like, hey, you know, you ever need a place to stop by? Just, you know, let out some frustrations. Feel free. Happy to talk. He's a nice guy. Hey, it's Fee. What are you doing there? Somewhere to nap, I guess. That's... seems like you. I never tell what she's thinking. Maybe I should talk to her a bit more. Try to get to know her. Why not? Let's spend some time with Fee. Would you mind if I stuck around? Go ahead. It's all yours. See you later. Oh, no. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought that was going to be. Yeah, I just wanted to chat. You got a problem with that, Fee? I don't... This appears somewhat awkward. Are you always here at this time of day? Sometimes. Oh, okay. Unless she's napping somewhere else. Do you like naps? Are you just tired all the time? Like, what's going on? What else is there to do during school hours? I mean, a lot, actually. Don't be ridiculous. There are plenty of things to do. Yeah, you won't be... get to do some of them when you're older. I guess that's a way to look at it. Studying, joining clubs, hanging out with friends, all sorts of stuff. She's in a club. Yes, the gardening club. I'm very proud of her. Yeah, what are you growing? Nothing. Ah. Yeah, if you end up making some, we'd love to see it. Do we? I mean, we're protagonists, so like it's sort of, maybe it's kind of dumb to point out, but like that's sort of the nature of being a main character, is to get involved in other people's business, generally speaking. I don't know if we enjoy it, but we certainly seem to be good at it. This is the way he acts with his sister. Reen talks a couple times and says fairly specifically that he treats a lot of the girls like he does his sister. So I wonder, speaking as somebody who has two sisters, I don't know that I've ever really actively tried to treat someone like I treat my sister, but I wonder if it's like a Reen thing, if that's just how he is. He doesn't know how to interact with girls, so he just falls back on what little experience he has. Oh, that's such a weird. So, how do I explain this? So, like in any anime or like Japanese style video game, translated writing, usually from Japanese, you see a lot of this sort of like inverted statement, where it's like, I don't hate it, or I don't hate you, or I don't hate this, etc. And it's always seems to come across as if, how would I put it? It seems like it's such a standard way to say it. Like it happens a lot. So I wonder why that is. Obviously, she's kind of presenting in a somewhat cold perspective, and her way of... She doesn't want to admit that she appreciates him looking out for her, but she's clearly saying that just in a backwards way. I'd be interested for like an explanation for why that comes up really often, because it's an interesting thing in writing why it's worded in that way so specifically. Fee got up from the sofa. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, good luck. Wait, now? Seriously? Oh. That's interesting. I thought... The stairs are the other... Oh. If you walk towards one of the windows, placed your foot on the sill. Yeah, she's about to jump out the window. Yeah, that's about to happen. Yeah. Reen rushed to the window in a panic. Would you really... I don't think she would just do that if she wasn't capable. Yeah, she seems fine. Are there windows that face the courtyard, though? Jumping down from here without even a scratch isn't just athletic. It's almost inhuman. I mean, we all do... All of the cast have done, like, crazy nonsense. You can cut metal with the air coming off of your sword, my dude. I don't really think it makes much... Oh. And this is the specific window in question. That's really interesting that it drops us off right there. I legitimately was like, well, if we're sitting right here, there's no window here. But they mean to say she walked all the way around here and went through this window. Interesting. I didn't think they would take the time to actually place me there. That's like such a minute detail. Doing any better over here, Clara? Probably an hour ago. Oh, and she's back to work. Alright, well, never mind then. Have fun. Hey, Lind. She's in oil paints. It's a pretty good painting. Hi. Yeah, we didn't mean to break your concentration or anything. We just kind of busted in here to check on everybody. We are indeed. Oh, he just headed out? I was just passing by. Yeah, we wanted to see how things were going on in here. Yeah, they do seem to be in here a lot. I don't do this very often. Oh, well, if I didn't get entered into a student art contest out of nowhere, I wouldn't be here finishing this right now. Oh, okay. Who entered you? There were hold on. It doesn't sound like you have much time left. Is it okay that I'm even talking to you? Just what I need. Oh, what's up? Oh no. Oh no, there's something wrong. She ordered some flowers to use as a reference for her sketches, but she forgot to pick them up. She'll need to pick them up on her way home. Yeah, she's probably running out of time, judging from how she explained the whole competition thing. Why not? We'll go grab flowers for her. Yeah. Would it really hurt? I mean, we're not doing anything. And yeah, we do this all the time. It's no trouble at all. Mention your names and the flowers you ordered, and we should be fine, right? For Lind from the art club. Picking up some snow lilies. Okay. Name of the shop is Jane's. There's only one flower shop. Granted, the way... So that's another small thing. So because she said that, right, which she had to specify the name of the flower shop, my only thought is either A, there are other flower shops in town that we don't see, so canonically the city is bigger, or it's just trying to, like, help us, but I feel like it's got to be trying to imply that there's, like, the city is bigger. Lynn from the art club, Snow Lilies, got it. Back as soon as we can. This is the other reason why you want to chat with everybody, is sometimes they have hidden quests for you. And a quest like this, where you have to go get the flowers for Lind, if we didn't do this right now, we would never get to. It would just be gone. So as a result, it's usually a good idea to make an effort to talk to everybody, which, like I have pointed out a couple times in this game, everyone has their own little side stories and, you know, little interactions and whatnot between the characters and throughout the plot. And as things happen and the story changes, you'll see everybody react and think different things and say different things about it. And I think it makes it really rewarding to actually talk to every NPC every opportunity you get. Which is comparatively not the case in most RPGs. I think it really makes use of the fact that Trista, our like main hub city that we always come back to, is so vibrant and has all these characters, and we reuse it so much. It's perfectly handled. I'm gonna be teaching on how to maintain the stables. Oh, well, that's cool. Paula can learn about that. Taking care of the horses is a lot of hard work. Like, it's hard work worth doing. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that like horses. I respect them. I'm not sure I ever really had the interest to that level, but the people who do really do, so there must be something there. Oh, it's these two. We were just talking about these two not too long ago, Bridget and Alan. She was talking about how she wanted him to come to the show. Hey, catch some tea. He's too tired from practice to grab tea. Oh, man, suck it up, dude. Girl comes up to you to ask you to go get tea in the evening. Just live with it. Too tired for tea? Yeah. He seems awfully standoffish. That's not really... That's weird. The way she had talked about it, it seemed like they had already... Like, they got along, but the way he's speaking, it seems less the case. That's interesting. Hey, Elisa. Thanks for helping me. Yeah, thanks for helping out the schoolhouse. Training demands that we adapt to strange new environments, after all. Yeah, I mean, that's really what the field studies are for, and I think that the schoolhouse definitely complements that well. Building was designed to make weird things happen. And, you know, it's really not that far removed from what I think is going on, yeah, so strange things happening. It's designed to do that. None of what we faced has gotten out yet. Yeah, it's a little strange that nothing even seems to be attempting to leave. As that will be, it'll always be that way, so we have to keep investigating. Yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind, is that the further we go, potentially this could become dangerous. Like, not only to ourselves, but if anything tries to get out. But for now, I guess we just don't really know. Yeah, I'm glad that they're around to help. We're going to do something here. I noticed... Can I make the music a little louder safely? We'll do that. I talk pretty loud, so... I've been trying to figure out whether or not the game audio can safely get a little louder, so we'll test it out in this session. Worst case, you know, the footage will need to get some editing. Can I talk to them separately? Hey, Laura. So belligerent all the time. I mean, I can see why. She feels threatened. Why can't I get along with her? You could say it's a similar situation with Monica. Things have become challenging since we started coaching her. Yeah, I noticed both of these ladies have been having some issues as far as clubs go. Ferris has been kind of dogging Elisa the whole time just because they have, you know, some sort of rivalry going. So Ferris sees her as a challenge. And in Laura's case, she's struggling to coach Monica. That it's not simple as getting along with people outside of Class 7. Is it easier to get along with people in class? I mean, we have a lot of conflicts, actually. Nice if the old schoolhouse said the only thing we had to worry about. I guess it's a way to look at it. It'd be nice if we had just obvious enemies, I guess. But so much the better. Let's run around a little bit here. Ah. Hey, Adol. Hello there. When did you arrive? Upper water the plants. Fine. Oh. Are you sure you're okay after a jump like that? She's used to that stuff. Well, I guess it's normal for her. We'll live with it. That's alright. Is there any more fishing we can do over here? You know what? Let's throw some ground bait. We got given some for free. Let's make use of our new rod. Do a little bit of fishing while we're here. Oh, it's a special... It's an invisible thing. I think it's crayfish. Crayfish? Yeah.
What is this?
Invisible crayfish. Gives a bunch of septh, which is pretty nice. Get a lot of little material side effects to fishing, so it's never really a bad idea to kind of spend some time doing that when you get the chance.
What even is this?
It's just a salamander. Alright, well. One more. I appreciate that out of this we caught a crayfish and 2 salamanders. No fish, though.
What even is this?
Alright, cool. Well, let's continue the loop. We're almost all the way around the school. We left the old schoolhouse, but let's go check it out, just in case there's anybody hanging out outside of it. Oh, there's nobody here. Let's open up our map. No, we're good. Alright. To the next place. Motorcycle. Nobody's here to look at it, though. Wonder where Angelica is. Ah, Crow's here. We have indeed. Well, I mean, we found a lot of interesting things, but nothing that really helps us, so to speak. Yeah, you guys must have at least been aware of it, since you guys set up our whole orienteering thing. There are a few rumors about ghosts appearing every now and then, but that's about it. Well, that's pretty much to be expected. Anytime you have, like, an old, dilapidated building, that's pretty much a given. Yeah. fair enough. Why do we start happening all of a sudden, then? What caused it? Might be a genius, but if I could tell you that... No idea. I might be a genius, but I could tell you I'd go straight... Insight straight to the races. Well, we know Crow has some issues with gambling, so... And by issues, we mean he loses. Sounds like a good place to train, so maybe just roll with it and keep exploring. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Call to rake in some awesome loot down there. Oh. Can't say he doesn't know how to look on the bright side. Well, we would definitely invite Crow if we could. I don't think I have the power to do that, though. Let's get rid of the Sept Mass while we are here. Get some money back for it. Let's wait until we know who we're taking on our next field study to really do any upgrades, I think. We could buy a Master Quartz, maybe start mixing those around, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure how much we're going to do as far as changing Master Quartz around. We might spend some time mixing and matching them and maybe leveling up some secondary ones at some point, but for the time being, not too important. Well, I didn't quite get along when we first met. Growing up, my parents always warned me not to dirty myself with the rabble. Needless to say, she and I butted heads. Interesting. So Teresa is friends with this lower classman, so to speak. Even after all my old prejudices and all our arguments, I consider her my best friend. Well, I mean, I'm really glad you could get past the whole class barrier. These two, I believe, are the upperclassmen for the lacrosse team. Plenty of lacrosse experience, but she's not even close to athletic. Ah, okay. So she's just physically struggling, even though she should be able to do, or she knows what she's supposed to be doing. I've definitely encountered people like that, and it's frustrating. I could probably see why she would have an issue with Elisa as well, because Elisa seems pretty athletic, or at least physically capable, since we obviously have interacted with her in combat situations. Because of that, I imagine the sport probably comes easier to her. Yeah, she's a perfect athlete, but she's a beginner. It's like she was born to play, yeah. So that's got to be frustrating for somebody like Ferris, who likely has spent a while trying to be good at lacrosse. Alright, well, I'm glad these two get along. What's going on over here? Just regular students? Join the Go Home Club. Woo! Join this academy for the studying. Want to do something greater, like dating, romance, all that jazz. That was the plan anyway. But because she joined a sports club, that's not really an option for her. I've definitely seen a lot of people who have that kind of issue, where they want to do a bunch of stuff, but then they join clubs at schools and stuff, and then they just aren't able to do the things that they desired to do. And I feel kind of bad, because it's like a give and take, right? Clubs can really help you get like more opportunities, meet great people, establish more connections, and even like get cool skills. But the social loss can certainly hurt somebody, especially where I think these students are 17, 18. It's kind of a conflicting feeling. You'd expect as much, but the cafeteria always gets busy around meal times. Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay, cool. Busiest around dinner time on free days. Speaking of busy, the sports club should be finishing practice soon. Oh, it's just kind of an anecdote? Okay. Thanks, Ramsey. I could definitely agree with that. More appreciated than a sweaty, tired sports club member. Fair, that's fair. Alright, well, I'm glad. Have you ordered your summer uniforms yet? Given that your class has fancy custom uniforms, you'll want to get those orders in as early as possible. Hopefully somebody did. Not that you'll do that here. You're going to... Wait. Oh, you got to go to the boutique in town to do that. Oh. So the boutique in town makes our school uniforms? That's interesting. I mean, it's a good usage of, like, local business. Finished reading your story, Dorothy. I have to say, it was a really fun read. The two guys set aside their differences and came to an understanding each other. That was great. You do understand what makes this scene so good. You could become one of us. Yeah, I mean, Emma seems the type to get kind of wrapped up here. Certainly proved an enjoyable read. Two boys' friendship was wonderful, and their interactions were always entertaining. Hope you're able to write something as enjoyable, too. I wonder where she goes with this. I mean, I think we can all figure out where she's going with this, but I'm interested to see. Now we've got Machias. Things are going to be different. They're in for the shock of their lives. I think he's down on my level. Oh, that's an unfortunate way to word that, dude. Don't expect things to play out as usual now that I'm here. Can't wait to wipe the floor with you. Alright, well, Machias seems pretty confident in his chess abilities. Leads to the results this year. If you end up humiliating yourself like you did last year, we'll have Principal Heinrich close the club down. Well, that's not really nice. Is it like a, realize that they're wasting their time? No amount of practice, we're going to allow them to defeat us. Well, I mean, chess is a pretty equalized game. Like, chess requires a chessboard, and like regardless of background or like, it's one of those great equalizers where chess, everyone has equal resources. So something really is going on in the lower levels of the old schoolhouse. Oh, Barrel's having a good time. Her suspicions about this academy are confirmed. What are your suspicions? Barrel, I'm incredibly interested. Just finished developing the photos Rex took around Trista. Most of them came out really blurry. Maybe he's just not much of a photographer. Interesting. The new engine's practically flawless. Woo! Oh, she wants to go for a motorcycle ride? I think that'd be fun. Oh, but as one would expect from Toa, she's still got stuff to do. You've forgotten the perks of our relationship. I'll help you take care of this, and then we head out on our romantic ride. Oh, that's so cute. It seems like Angelica's way of helping President Toa de-stress. Are you just about done? When it comes to the helpful months... When it comes to helpful months, you're 2 for 2. Oh, okay. I was trying to dissect that sentence. Yeah, we're doing our best, Toa. Angelica's obviously hitting on Toa here, but I get the impression that that's not that there's nothing going on. At least Toa doesn't. How would I explain it? The way the two interact and the way that Angelica talks, it seems like I don't think she would have an actual romantic relationship plot-wise with any of the female cast, or at least any of the obvious female cast. Alright, well, we didn't get a new book. Okay, Carol, alright, I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, I understand. I would imagine Usus does have that effect for a number of reasons. Oh. So she's trying to use it as a marketing scheme, having Usus stay here. Yes, Usus, it is me. Notice you're here pretty often. You're an avid reader? Oh, well, he just doesn't have much else to do. Couldn't you be taking care of horses, then? I don't have a chance like this very often. Should I hang out with them? We're going to do that at the end, actually. Just going to run around a little bit here. We got a couple more things we want to do. Do I have peculiar dishes? I don't have any, I don't think. Seems to have gotten a tad too wrapped up in my research. Well, I mean, Thomas, you do seem the type to read a little too much, judging from the fortress of books. Just one man, and this wealth of material might just be too much for me to handle on my own. Submit a request to the student council. I would prefer if you didn't. Reen, don't hit him like that. No. Alright, is there anybody upstairs? Nobody. Okay. Let's run on out of here. Well, we still gotta pick up some flowers for Lind, so we're gonna run into town and take care of that. Oh. Is that Lind? Oh, does she run after us? Oh, okay. What's up? A grand rose. It's bright red. You'll know it when you see it. She only needs one, but that should cover it. A grand rose. I mean, yeah, sure, no problem. And she gave us some money for it, too. I mean... Okay, well, we'll see you in the art room. Weird that she would chase us down like that. Yeah, why not? Go take care of that. We gotta make some runs around town anyway. Sprints. Sprint. As much as you can. Alright, cool. We have some unique dishes. Here's some warm egg soup. Delicious looking food existed. Thank you. This should be great. And we have white cookies. Yeah, we're going to try and give her as many of these as we can. Master Patrick returned home a moment ago in uncharacteristically high spirits. I wonder if that's why, what was his name? The guy... It's, Alan? Yeah, there he is. Fencing club. Yeah, okay. I wonder if that's why he was so dejected, why he didn't want to have tea with his lady friend there. Feeling rather confident in my sprint time, but at least it beat me quite handily. I mean, I suspect you're having some issues there, Ferris, as far as athletics. She's far less experienced than I do. How could she have won? She cheated somehow. She must have. Yeah, I was going to say, sprinting is not really something you could cheat at, barring, like, you know, barring, like, doping, I guess. How I wish you were there to see it. I cut the gallant figure as I struck down that lower-class student. Yeah, I guess he probably lost again. I thought Alan already got beat. I guess he's probably frustrated, maybe? I wonder... I'm just trying to think about why he would have such a hard time. I would assume it's a class issue, if anything, but... How wonderful to hear that you had another fruitful day at the academy. On a related note, might I ask if you've made any friends? And remember, lapdogs don't count. Ah, Celestine, what a good guy. Do not treat me like a child. I guess he doesn't... It does make sense. Patrick doesn't really have a lot of friends. Like, he... Obviously has those guys that follow him around, like the other students. So I guess we can't go up there. That's alright. I was just checking the map to see if there's anyone to talk to. It does seem like he doesn't really have any, like, peers, so to speak. Like, not any, like, actual friends. He just has sort of yes men. Money's tight these days. I mean, yeah, eating out does have that effect. I think that's a tutorial hint telling me I should cook. Hey, Monk. Can't wait for Abend time. Yeah, I guess we do have to listen to that, don't we? The only one. That's cool. Misty does have a pretty nice voice. I'm not sure that I would ever think of a radio show quite that significantly, but in an era where television's not a thing, and neither is, like, the internet or anything, I suppose a radio show may perhaps draw that sort of interest. After thinking long and hard about it, I decided to help the student council instead of joining a club. President Toa is always helping us out. It's a way of returning the favor. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do, so that's really nice to see more people reaching out and trying to help Toa. She definitely has that effect on people. She works so hard that you kind of just want to help her. Hey, Rosine, left in charge of cleaning the entrance path today. Wearing this makes it much easier to focus on work. How so? I don't know if, like, a school uniform would really be that much different. Obviously, like, it obviously covers more, granted, but I just mean to say I don't really know why it would have much of a difference on her ability to sweep. It's always watching me, which in turn makes me want to work to the best of my abilities. Oh, just sort of a psychological effect then? Alright, well, all the same. Rosine seems to be doing well. Hello, Ornella. She's working hard as ever. She's much shyer. Huh, that's good to know. I offered to assist her with changing into her garments was rather cute. That's interesting. Okay. Not that it's necessarily surprising for her to be shy, right? Like, changing into her, like, dress and everything. I just mean to say, it's interesting that they would bring it up? Like, why is it said that she is shy? Performance that takes place here every August. Thor's Wind Orchestra has been performing here in the church for years now. One could say the performances have become summer staple. So this is where the Wind Orchestra is going to play. Okay. We'll have to keep that in mind. We definitely want to go see that since Elliot's going to be in it. Fish. There's so many. They're a lot easier to catch when the weather warms up. You want one? They grill up pretty nice. Never short of spectacular. It does look like the sky is very well lit up. I'll just stay here and fish until the crack of dawn. How about Reen? Care to join me? You know, I would, but we got a bunch of stuff to do. I'm pretty sure we already did our fishing here, but we're going to check it anyway. Yeah, we did. All right. Always got to make sure that there aren't any fish swimming around that we got to pick up. Check on the family here. I can't believe I honestly apologized to him. I had Emil's tutor to see. Tutor to see too. I can't do multiple things at once. What does he mean? What does she mean, rather? I deal with complaints about getting home too late all the time. Then when I do come home early, my dinner isn't even ready for me. I can't believe I married this woman. That's a pretty harsh perspective. Granted, I don't know all the circumstances here of this home life, but it does come across like he's being a little bit too demanding. Going over what you taught me today. Well, I appreciate that. It's even harder to study when Dad's so loud, too. He does this every time he comes home. That's, concerning. Not really our place to do anything just yet, but, certainly something to keep in mind, that there seems to be some issues there with Emil's home life. Is that a bell? Oh, it's that cat. The purple cat. Hello, little one. Haven't you got lovely fur? Oh, okay. Yeah, who's... You definitely don't look like you're a stray cat. Oh, that is a voice actress trying to make the sound of the cat. Good kitty. Got her ribbons. She's definitely not a stray. That's slightly off-putting. Does that feel good? You feel pretty fur. Such a pretty cat? Why does he say pretty girl? Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess he doesn't really know male or female. We're assuming it's a female cat. Oh, ow. I don't... Did we offend you? Small black cat? Oof. Yeah. I don't think she scratched me too deep, but I should still apply some ointment when I get back to the dorm, just in case. Wonder what the cat's name is. Alright, well, let's grab those flowers while we get the chance. Yeah, we were asked to pick up Lynn's order, the snow lilies. Thank you kindly. Yeah, we also were looking to get a grand rose. Why would you say that? So a grand rose, handed over the grand rose money. Best of luck. Well, keep that in mind, I guess. Van Dyke served as a general in the Imperial Army up until around 10 years ago. Okay, so he became the principal? From being a military general. I guess military academy, that makes sense, but such a powerful presence that his enemies could feel their doom approaching from Seljouet. He's a shining example of a living legend. Fair enough. In fact, he remains in peak condition even now. He does look like a huge dude. Like, physically speaking, he's got some bulk to him. What's going on in here? Ah, Sarah. Sarah and Micht. Yeah, how much a nightmare it would be to get my hands on those bullets for you. Oh, so he's ordering weapons? I guess people sell weapons around here, but today's race to get these things, you know. I lost today's race to get these things for you. I guess... I don't know what that means. Sure, your horse would have lost just as badly if you weren't at the track to cheer it on. Oh, he means he feels like he lost despite having no interaction with the horse race. How that thing in Crossbell ended up. Sounds like it was taken care of by the police division I told you about. We'll find out more about Crossbell later, but for now, it sounds like there's stuff going on in other places. I wonder what they are talking about. Hey, Sarah. I'll look into whatever's going on in the old schoolhouse, too. Thank you for that. Just head back to the dorms and get some well-deserved rest. Well, we have a large number of things going on at once. And Mick is less than talkative, like usual. That's alright, though. Let's drop by the other house in town, see how the happy couple are doing. What should she make for dinner? He loves her cooking, but she's never sure what to make. We'll ask him, I guess? That's very nice of you. I mean, I'm glad that you learned and that she put the effort into teaching you. It's definitely the case with a lot of young couples, I would imagine, speaking with a little bit of personal experience, where it's tough to understand how to divide chores and stuff, because neither side really wants to admit needing the other's help all the time, or necessarily reaching out. It's sort of like you expect them to do things, but you don't want to ask them to, because then you feel like you're being... like you're imposing, so to speak. It's a fine line, and it seems like these two are getting along quite well. Always gets excited when Dad's off work and makes lots of food. It means he gets to eat a whole bunch. Dinner's always so tasty. Well, I'm glad for you, kid. When the parents get along, it definitely helps out with the rest of the household. I can say with some certainty that pretty much that anybody would agree with that statement. Let's check on the radio station. Make our little loop here. Are you falling asleep over here, my dude? Oh. Don't miss the pre-show meeting, and every time you agree, when is it gonna stick? Without any proper planning tonight. I guess Misty seems the improvisational type. Oh, she likes to play off her tardiness by feigning innocence. It's like she's keeping the director just at his wit's end. Interesting. Oh well. Let's see here. What's going on with the kids here? Look at all these sweets. I got them beating Crow at Blade. Aren't I amazing? Why can't you get something practical? Can't get a rise out of this girl. Well, is he trying to impress her by being good at cards? Sis will get mad if I eat sweets this late. Well, I imagine at this point, Rudy, it's probably a bad idea to be eating sweets, yes? I'm surprised that a child of your age would acknowledge that, though. How goes the midterm studying? I think we're studying. I'm not. I know that. If you haven't already, sounds weird coming from me. Studying was the last thing you'd catch me doing when I was your age. Well, thank you for that. Let's check on the boutique while we're here. Hey. We're taking orders for summer uniforms before long now. Your regular uniforms are designed to be suitable for all seasons as is, however. You're free to wear whichever you prefer. That's interesting. I would think that it would be mandatory to wear one uniform or the other, but I guess not. Oh, there's a bunch of ladies in here. Oh, Becky's working today. Aren't you a lucky wee girl? This is our 77th customer this month. Discount of 20% if you buy 3 items, but only if you do it now. Can't pass up an opportunity like this. I feel like that's a lie. Take a 20% off sale on their hottest brands. My purse is opening on its own. Which one should she choose? Decisions. Busy with a customer for now. If you want to buy something, go talk to Julia. I feel like she's just using the marketing tactic that her father taught us. That's a really minute thing where he taught us how to use discounts and try and get people to buy stuff and how much you can take off, and then you see her actually doing it when you talk to her at the boutique. That's really nice touch. He's the only one no one knows much about him. I've heard of that he used to be a writer, though. Really have to wonder about that guy. I think he's talking about Mict. I think we've bought all these books, yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, we gotta check out the cafe, and then we'll make our way back to the school, drop off those flowers with Lind, and then spend some time with Uzis. Anybody upstairs? There is somebody upstairs. Hello, Dolly. The amount of work Toa gets done as student council president is really staggering. You know, I agree. It's crazy, the amount of work she gets done. Oh, someone so young can accomplish so much. Then I remember her height doesn't match her age. It's just hard to believe she's really 18. Hey, we have an age now. So Toa's 18, which means that the rest of our class, who are all underclassmen to her, should be 17. Or they must be 17 turning 18 at some point during the school year, which would make Toa 18 turning 19 at some point during the school year. Unless they just turned, perhaps. It's hard to say, but for all intent, realistically, I mean, now everybody's 17, 18. That old schoolhouse really is a mystery. Who'd have thought the elevator would just appear out of nowhere? That was a surprise. We're lucky we had Elisa and Laura. Yeah, I definitely think we would have struggled with just 3. Yeah, I agree, guys. It's a positive way to look at it. Make sure that we can get everyone together next month, too. There's no way we're gonna... What I'll do right now, though, is go back to the dorms and get a shower. Yeah, they deserve some rest. They put in a bunch of work. Yeah, probably something we're going to be doing every free day. Part of the whole Class 7 curriculum. It definitely seems like something or someone designed that place deliberately, so... Things to keep in mind. Practicing the basics isn't bored, does he? He just doesn't get it. The attitude is what pisses him off, too. Does he really think he's so much better than everyone else? I guess. Perhaps he must. He'll get his comeuppance soon enough, just like you did last year. Oh, this is an interesting story. Loggins ended up causing trouble last year by saying the same sort of things. I'm sure Patrick will realize the error of his ways soon enough. That's really interesting. Okay, so Patrick was very similar to Loggins until he was defeated, likely, by our student council president, Friedel, here, causing so much trouble. Yeah, okay, cool. That's interesting. Cool. Abbott, the noble and reformist factions have been squabbling an awful lot lately. Oh, there's political turmoil. Awesome. Fight amongst themselves like children fills me with such sorrow. You know, Abbott... I agree. Nothing ever comes from these conflicts, but the common people get caught in the crossfire. It's definitely something that comes up a lot in like any sort of large story like this. It involves like countries and larger and like longer reaching plots. How does Emperor Eugent make this state of affairs? What does he make this state of affairs, I wonder? I'd be interested to see what the Emperor has to say, definitely. Oh, Fred won at the races then. Dolly wasn't too happy about it, though. She started scolding me about how I should feel ashamed for making money from gambling. Then she made me treat all the customers to free coffee. There goes those winnings. Well, that's not very nice. It's interesting that Dolly has that amount of power, though. Is Dolly his wife, maybe? I don't know what their relationship is, to be honest. But back to the school. Make our way on back up the hill here. I think probably fast travel our way around a little bit here. We're going to drop another save just for the heck of it. Second floor of the school. Why not? Headed to the art room. Hey, Lind. We got your flowers for you. That I am. Hope here's your snow lilies. Thank you very much. And here's another one you asked for. Grand Rose. It is indeed. Can't I? Yeah, I don't know what you mean. She wants her to... What? Are we... Yeah, I mean, can you be a bit more specific? Oh, Lind question mark. What? That wasn't her. I know you're there, Vivi. Get out. We're just getting to the good part. Aw. What the? Oh. Well, this is cute enough. So, I'm sure some keen-eyed viewers have probably already noticed, but, and I've probably said it before, but, this is Vivi. Sorry, I'll get her to cut it out. These two are twins. Lynn, the older sister, and the younger, cuter model, Vivi. That would explain things. Lynn did not ask me to buy her Grand Rose. So pretending. Must have been pretty convincing. You fooled me at least, but what's the big deal about a Grand Rose anyway? Represents passionate romance. Specifically passionate. Use it as a way to confess their loves to one another. You can always see why I was taken so aback. You got some splaining to do, young man. How could any boy this age not know what a Grand Rose is? Since your ignorance meant my prank went off without a hitch. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. I have to admit, I'm definitely at fault here. Oh, Vivi. Explode if she couldn't prank people. I mean, she seems to be having a good time. And to be fair, she went out, she gave us the money to buy it. Like, nobody really got hurt by this. They are identical. Well, that's good to know. Tell you apart if you wear your hair differently, but once that's gone, I have no idea. Rain, you lecherous beast, don't stare at me with that look on your face. Yeah. I'm sure she'll be fine. I actually like these two. They're pretty funny. Some of the annoyance we caused. Oh, she's gonna give me something, really? They also kind of remind me of Devila and Popola from Nier. This really isn't necessary. Yeah, I mean, you didn't really need to give me anything. Other than running back and forth to town, we didn't really do anything. If someone offers you something, hurry up and take it. Speaking of which, here you go. A little something from me as a way to thank you for all the laughs. A cooling belt. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Don't worry about it. Alright, well. Oh, we can check on these two. Lynn's paintings are good, but I feel like there's something missing. Passion, maybe. I mean, it's a white canvas, to be fair, but Vivi keeps distracting me. We'll keep an eye out on those two. They can be fun to check on. Alright. Hey, use this. Let's spend some time with you. Since we got another bonding point. Yeah, would you mind if we joined you? I mean, I know we can, but we're gonna ask all the same. Yeah, what are you reading? Legends told throughout the Empire. Certainly no shortage of those. Yeah, it seems like there's a whole lot of history. Witches, spirits, even vampires. Hold on, you aren't into scary stories, are you, Uses? These are merely a means to fuller knowledge of the Empire. Can't deny that they make for interesting reads, though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of like local folklore can teach you a lot about the history of places because they're usually tied to time periods and events and people. And then they just kind of exaggerate it a little bit. So if you keep in mind that there's some exaggeration in being involved, you can actually learn a lot about like from local stories and from just like myths, legends, things like that. Maybe I should take a look at some of them sometime. Oh. Who's looking at us? What? That boy's from one of the 4 great houses, House Alberea. He fits the noble archetype to a T, doesn't he? You know, Usus does look the part. You're not wrong. He's friends with the guy next to him, do you? I was guessing he was. Gotta wonder what kind of people a big name like that would hang out with. Oh, are we increasing our popularity by spending time with Usus? Is that what's happening here? So that's what it's like to be famous. This is a daily occurrence. You know, it doesn't surprise me, Usus. You're a noble yourself. The same would happen to you if you acted like one. That's fair. Maybe we could stand to learn a lesson or two from you. I think you could both learn from each other, actually. Yeah, there's a responsibility that comes with nobility in this setting, from what I can tell. So it's definitely something to keep in mind that Reen should probably acknowledge that a little more. I respect that. Someone told me that when I was a child. Don't listen to the likes of Regnants. Usus. That's the end of this book. He's leaving. Okay. Fair enough. Was he trying to cheer me up? Thanks, Usus. I'm not sure if that's what he was trying to do. I don't... Usus is he's a confusing individual, but I appreciate his little tidbits, statements, the small times you get to peer into what's going on in his head. He usually has something interesting to say. Even if it's confusing why he says it or what the meaning is. Alright, so we've seen everybody, talked to everything. Yeah, I inverted that. I know. We're gonna head back to the dorm. We've finished everything for this evening. Used up our bonding points, and I think it's gonna be time to move on to the next day. I know I could fast travel, but part of me just kind of likes running around. It doesn't take that much longer anyway. It's getting dark, so we might as well head into the room. Yeah, that's fine. Let's enter the dorm. We might be able to wander around the dorm room tonight as well to kind of chat up our party members and whatnot.
Oh, Reen.
Hey, it's Emma.
Good evening.
Hi.
Did you just get back too?
Yeah, we didn't see her out there, so I guess she must have just been at the dorm.
Yeah, I was busy with club-related work until just now.
Oh, wait, never mind. We saw her. She was at the club. Yeah, she was reading.
I'm glad I ran into you, though. I heard from Elisa that you went into the old schoolhouse again.
We did indeed.
And we made some pretty crazy discoveries while we were at it.
Yeah.
We're going to need to keep investigating that place on a regular basis, I'd say.
Well, I'd be more than happy to accompany you next time.
Well, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean, getting more
The
people.
request was made to the whole of Class 7, after all, and I'd like to do everything I can to help.
Really?
Good to know.
That's very kind. Thank you. Maybe I should ask Fee next time too. And Usus and Machias while I'm at it.
We should probably try and include the whole class. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how successful that'll be, but...
Huh? Fee would be a good choice at the very least. I'm sure she'd be more than happy to accompany us. Or, more than willing anyway.
I appreciate her precise wording, right? So she'd be happy to accompany us, but then she doubles back and kind of says, oh, but maybe not happy, because that's not really a Fee emotion. She doesn't really do happy, but willing,
As for
yes.
Eustace and Machias, I'm sure a chance will present itself for them to make friends eventually. Maybe then?
Yeah, we'll keep at it.
One can only hope. We really have to do something about those two already.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll find an opportunity eventually.
Oh my! Reen, what happened to your right hand?
Oh, this? A beautiful lady I ran into in town did it. Or at least I think she was a lady.
That's such an obtuse way to say that,
Come
Rain.
again?
I mean, like, deliberately so.
Black cat with really glossy fur. I've never seen it around before.
Ah, okay. That's a way to
It
describe it.
belongs to someone in town since it was wearing a blue ribbon and a bell. I must have done something to offend it though, because it got all grumpy out of nowhere and scratched me up pretty good.
That's just a way to describe what happened. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
Please, sit down on the sofa. I'll
Oh,
bring a first
okay.
aid kit and dress that wound right away.
You don't. I mean, it doesn't sound like it was that bad, but
Do you know it or something?
yeah. Do you know the cat?
No, not at all. I've just seen it around town a few times.
That seems like an interesting way to backtrack.
Anyway, I'll go get the first aid kit. Don't go anywhere.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean,
It's just a little scratch. I don't know why she's making such a big deal out of it. I've
Fair
never
enough.
seen Emma get so flustered before.